Here's a topic that trips a lot of people up because the assumption that most people make here is completely understandable and almost completely wrong. Are nanotip hair extensions suitable for thin or damaged hair? The instinct is nanotips are small, so they must be the safest option for delicate hair. It sounds logical, but that's not how it works. Here's a key thing to understand. Thin hair and damaged hair are two very different things, and treating them the same is where a lot of bad extension decisions get made. So let's separate them properly. Thin hair or fine hair is hair that's always been on the lighter side, can still be healthy, it can still be strong, and it can still support hair extensions, including nanotips. But when they're applied correctly, that means smaller sections, lighter strands, and careful placement, so the weight is distributed evenly. When it's done properly, nanotips can blend beautifully on fine hair, almost undetectable. Now compare that to damaged hair, and this is a completely different situation. If your hair is already breaking, overprocessed, or structurally weakened, that does change everything. Because the reality is every extension, no matter how small, is still supported by your natural hair. And if that hair isn't strong enough, the size of the bond doesn't matter. You're asking a weak foundation to carry more weight. That's not a method problem, that's a hair condition problem. And this is exactly where people get caught out. They see nanotips described as small, discreet, gentle, and assume that means that they're safe for fragile hair. But suitability isn't about size, it's about strength. So the question most people ask, are nanotips suitable for my hair, is actually the second question. The first question, the one that matters the most, is this one. Is my hair strong enough to support hair extensions right now? Because if the answer is no, it doesn't matter which method you choose, the issue is the foundation, not the fitting. And in many cases, the best advice isn't a gentler method. It's focus on improving your natural hair health first, strengthen it, and then come back to hair extensions from a much better starting point. That might not be what people want to hear, but it's what's going to protect your hair long term. And the people who skip that step are usually the ones that regret it later. Now, if your hair is fine but healthy, nanotips can be a brilliant option. Precise placement, natural movement, and seamless blending. When the foundation is strong, the results can be exceptional. But the method is only ever as good as the hair that it's been fitted into. So if you're wondering whether nanotips are the right thing for you, the most important step is a proper consultation with your hair extension specialist. Not just looking at how thick your hair appears, but actually assessing its condition. Because thickness and health are two very different things. Confusing them is how people end up with results they didn't expect.